Wow, guys. A lot of technical difficulties this morning. I'm actually kind of doing a behind-the-scenes vlog podcast episode, which I've done a few times. But hello, vlog camera in the corner. I'm releasing that Friday. But we did just have a lot of technical difficulties trying to get this together. But hey, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you had a terrific weekend. This past Saturday actually was super eventful. We woke up like 8:30 a.m. not hungover. One of the best feelings when you're not hungover. You guys know what I mean? Wake up on a Saturday or Sunday and you would have been expected to drink the night before just because that's like a weekend thing. So got up at like 8:30, ran 5.25 miles, something like that. I mean, that's what my phone says in terms of like if I were to get down there in the most conveniently pathed route, it would have been 5.25 miles. And then after that, went to Vegandale. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of Vegandale, but it is a vegan food festival. They have it in like 5 cities now. So they just had it on Randall's Island. About like 25,000 people there. They were saying that's how many they were expecting. Over like 200 vendor food booths. So in the vlog tomorrow is when I actually just gave a whole episode's worth of ish that I was doing there. A lot of dancing, drinking some watermelon, but I had a good time. Check out the Ted Jones World YouTube for that video as well. Today being Sunday, guys, running low on groceries. I never really like to go to my parents' house and eat out of their kitchen or eat in their kitchen rather, but that's exactly what I did today. Saw my little sister and I had some chickpeas out the can there. Guys, I hope you don't mind if I put on a hat mid-episode. I'm putting on the Ted Jones World hat over here that's pretty jammed up behind the couch, but it looks like in the I can see myself in the TV screen. I'm not having such a good hair day, but had some chickpeas, peanut butter on rice cakes. What do you guys have for lunch? Can you guys let me know a good vegan dish for lunch that like I don't have to Uber Eats and it's not $30? tedjonesworld@gmail.com. That'd be very helpful. I would love to know, especially from the vegans out there. But anyway, talking about Vegandale, was a great time. A lot of dancing, DJs. Wasn't too hot yesterday, but it was like a beginning of fall type of day. So it started off a little cool, like 67 degrees, and then got up to probably like 77 or so while I was at that festival. But I had a great time, and I definitely cannot complain. This Friday, guys, October 1st at midnight. That's basically Friday night at 11:59 p.m. I guess we're starting a minute before midnight. Ted Jones Comedy Show at the Stand, 116 East 16th Street. You guys still have a chance to get tickets. Check the link in my Instagram bio, Ted Jones World, or check the link in this YouTube description. We also have a show 1 week from today at the Stand, October 4th at 7 p.m. Come have dinner and drinks for that show. It's going to be amazing. But 2 shows coming up within the next week. I can't wait, guys. The talent that we have on these shows is exquisite, amazing comics. You guys are going to have a great time, ton of laughs, and you will not regret coming. I promise you. I'm not sure if you guys saw this past weekend, but 2 gorillas at the Bronx Zoo were like having sex with each other, or not having sex with each other. One was like giving the other one third base vibes, if you guys know what I mean. First base, hooking up. Second base is what? Touching boobs. And then third base is anything, I think, that is the next step past that, as you guys can imagine. But anyway, yes, 2 gorillas engaging in oral sex, which is hilarious. People were sitting there watching it, and they were freaking out. It was pretty hilarious. I recommend you guys go search this in YouTube if you have a second. Gorillas having sex at the Bronx Zoo. I actually want to go to the Bronx Zoo, but I haven't been there in a long time. And since I'm a vegan, I'd like to think that I don't like animals in captivity. Right? Maybe a little bit soft, potentially, but I don't know. I don't need to go see these animals that are in 500 square foot cages. I feel like it's not that nice. It's like, what was that movie called? Blackfish? Is that what it was called? With the whale. I want to look that up. Yeah, it was called Blackfish, about a whale that was just held by SeaWorld for years, for like an extremely long period of time. But like, I imagine this happens with all animals at zoos. Also, did you guys hear Tiger King 2 is coming out? So I imagine that they're going to focus on Carol Baskin and if she actually killed her husband. Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. You guys remember that? That was a throwback. I'm surprised I just even said Tiger King Season 2 premieres November 17th, which is 4 days after my birthday. I, myself, November 13th, being a Scorpio. You guys listening be like, oh, yeah, he's such a Scorpio. What are the characteristics for Scorpio either? You know what I mean? Like the traits that a Scorpio will have. They're thinkers, secretive, and passionate. Well, you guys know on here, I'm not so secretive. I'm very transparent with y'all. Passionate, sure. Profound thinkers, I like the way that sounds. But what is the main trait of a Scorpio? Loyal, smart, shrewd, and stoic. I stand by my beliefs, and I don't crave anyone else's approval except for you guys who are listening. I hope you guys are enjoying the beginning of this episode right now. Ted Jones World Podcast. Scorpio is like a big, bad elder sister of the water sign crew. What are Scorpio's worst traits? Okay, let's say this. Scorpios are one of the most jealous and possessive zodiac signs out there. Well, that's not so far off. I feel like anytime I've really had a girlfriend or someone that I'm super into, I get maybe jealous and possessive. But, you take a little bit of bad with the good, and usually you appreciate what the good things are. Good things about Scorpio, most physically sensitive of all the signs. They have finely owned observation skills. So, yes, I can kind of see anything, whatever. Why are Scorpios the worst? Out of all the signs, Scorpio is known for being quite obsessive. Yes, sure, I'm obsessive with this podcast, the vlog, whatever we're doing at any particular time. So dating apps, I know we talk about this quite a lot, like almost every single episode, especially if like maybe a guest is here and I'll ask him or her if they're on dating apps. I've basically just been using this one dating app that I have as a promo app for me. Like, I feel like that's also a good way to, promote your brand besides the fact that I wear a hat, Ted Jones World hat rather, and a Ted Jones World t-shirt every episode. You guys always got to take advantage of the fact that you are your brand, right? You guys are just a walking billboard. You know what I mean? It's funny. My sister was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and the older one, Kourtney Kardashian, was wearing a Reebok sweatshirt on one of the episodes, and the Reebok sign was on screen for at least 15 seconds. And I bet they didn't do any product placement in that particular 15-second segment, right? Like, she could have easily made $50,000 right there for Reebok. So always rock your brand, guys. Even if you have like a penis enlargement brand, it also could be funny if you're wearing a penis enlargement brand t-shirt all the time. Whatever it is, Sierra's Tacos, John's Pizza, whatever you guys' business is, just wear it on your shirt, wear it on your head. That way, you don't even need to pay for a billboard. You are the moving billboard. 1 second. I'm going to drink some water here. Occasionally I'll have, or more than occasionally, I'll have coffee at the bottom of this coffee cup, and then it ends up being coffee water. And as I always say, I don't mind drinking coffee water. It's like 2 in 1. It's not so bad. Are people still not going to the gym and like making an excuse being like COVID is the reason why I am not going? Guys, I don't think that's a valid excuse anymore. Maybe it was 6 months ago, but if people are vaccinated and you're vaccinated, you can even wear a mask in the gym. It's not such a big deal, but I don't think you can make any excuses anymore being like, oh yeah, I don't want to go to the gym because of COVID. That time, those excuses are out the window, guys. It's fall, time to get that winter body going. But in terms of winter body, I don't mean doubling down on those donuts. It's tougher to get steps, especially in New York City. Well, I don't want to say especially in New York City, but it's tough to get steps in New York City when it becomes really cold. And then also, you guys in the suburbs listening, it's definitely even more tough than New York City to get steps in. But I'd say like going to the gym and trying to bust out like 8 to 10 miles a week. It sounds like a lot, but as long as you're just walking 8 to 10 miles a week in general, I feel like that could be good. You don't have to do it on the treadmill, but I typically do 2.25 miles on the treadmill. I'm doing it now like 2 or 3 days a week, and then I'll do that long run like I was talking about the other day outside Saturday, which is 5 miles. We'll see what happens this winter, but I feel like I'm getting into better shape. I haven't seen a trainer in a number of months, probably like 6 months. I used to see a trainer like once a week. That was when, that was a while ago though. That was when my mom bought me like a package for for Christmas, like 10 training sessions, and then I was doing it for like once a week, but I ended up doing it like every other week, so it lasted me like 5 months. Trainers are great, but you don't really need one. So maybe get a training session, or you don't even have to do that. What am I saying? Go on YouTube, search whoever you want. I mean, it depends what you want to look like. YouTube is probably my number one source of entertainment outside of watching any TV or like browsing the web. You guys know what I mean? What service are you guys using to kill time or learn stuff? You know, like YouTube is everyone's number one learning source at the moment, right? In terms of videos, like Google, yes, you can search anything and you'll be able to find out an answer. Ask Siri, but the only place you can watch stuff for free and learn stuff is YouTube. YouTube's got a bright future. IMO, meaning in my opinion. YouTube is better than school, dare I say. I feel like YouTube University should actually be a thing instead of paying freaking $250,000 for a private school education. Am I right out there, parents or kids who are trying to go to school where they would need to take out a lot of student loans, especially on YouTube? I was watching the other day I was watching Vice, which is also like a good YouTube channel. They have Vice News. This kid wanted to get rid of like $100,000 of college debt that he took out. So he went to Panama and just decided that he was going to swallow 48 pellets of cocaine with 6 grams each and go back to the United States. So he ended up getting back to the United States safe, whatever. Nobody suspected that he had 48 pellets each with 6 grams of weed. Yeah, right. 6 grams of cocaine in his system. Got back to Florida. And then, like, what are you supposed to do when you swallow 48 pellets of cocaine? There's no way that you're going to just be able to poop it out. I mean, maybe that's what he thought was going to happen. He thought, like, okay, I guess I'll lube these pellets up, toss them in my mouth. They're like Tide Pods, maybe safer than Tide Pods, and then they'll just cleanly come out the other end. No, the guy got a freaking serious sideburn, like some kidney burn or something, and then he had to go to the hospital immediately and got sentenced to 21 months in jail. There's got to be a better way, man. There's got to be a better way. I mean, smuggling drugs, I think, is actually a good way to maybe make a little bit of extra cash, as opposed to robbing a bank. Maybe there's less risk in smuggling drugs, but doing it the way he did was just super gnarly. Swallowing 48 pellets of cocaine. You know, like he should have hollowed out a briefcase or something and then glued it to the top of the briefcase. Not that I have any experience in smuggling drugs, guys. Okay? This is off the record, all right? We might even have to cut this part. Imagine. No, I'm keeping this in, guys. Don't smuggle drugs. But if you need to make a quick $100,000, just look around your house and start selling stuff. You know, that's what a minimalist would tell you. I wonder how much stuff I can actually sell. Does anyone have an extreme problem with picking their nails or biting their nails? I do. I really do. Do you guys have any suggestions? I've been to Dwayne Reed before and then put that stuff on my nails. That makes it taste horrible. But I don't know. I end up still trying to bite my nails, and then I get frustrated because it tastes so bad when I bite my nails. It's like, yeah, dude, that is the literal point. WANTANNA. Do you guys know what that song's from? I've been saying WANTANNA for 2 months, and I don't know what it means, but how am I supposed to even spell that in Google? Let's see if Siri knows what I'm talking about. WANTANNA. See what she comes up with. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. All right, well, let's see if I can Google WANTANNA and anything will actually come about. I can't imagine that it will. Or if I start to Shazam, WANTANNA. Oh, it's Guantanamera? Okay. It's Guantanamera, not Guantanamera. Oh my God, this entire time I thought it was Guantanamera. It's Guantanamera by the Sandpipers. Oh, interesting. I hope this doesn't get taken down, but yeah, this is the boring version. I wonder if they have like the remix where it's like Guantanamera. Oh, this guy's got 24 million views, so this could be the freshman. Oh yeah, this is a better one. Yeah, Guantanamera. This is exactly what I was talking about. Guantanamera. Guantanamera. This is brilliant. Brilliant. It's exactly what I was talking about. I've been thinking about that for 2 months. You know when you guys just have something in your head and you never look it up? That was the first time I just looked it up. Guajira Guantanamera. Beautiful. last time I sung that, I was probably in Spanish 2. Took me 2 years to complete Spanish 1, so Spanish 2 should have been Spanish 3, but I'm sure that's happened to you guys before where you kind of have to repeat like Algebra 1 or Algebra 2. I never took calculus in high school. Well, I guess that'd be like an AP course, right? Or pre-calc. I ended up taking statistics, and I took statistics in college, and all the tests for statistics, you know, like when you sit in a big lecture hall, you have like it's test A, B, and C, and they have 3 different versions of the same test. So on test A, question 1 will be this. On test B, question 1 is a different thing. Question C, the question is a different one. So each of them have different numbers, but the same question. So in statistics, I would be crafty enough to kind of have the same test, or I know which test is the one that's the same as the person sitting in front of me. So for the 4 tests that I had in college, like big exams, it just happened that the person that was sitting in front of me or like directly to the right or left of me had the same test. I just rely on them. And so whatever test score they got, I got. And it was just great enough for me to get an A in statistics. Here you go. I am spilling the beans on Ted Jones World Podcast here. All my roommates think I had a relationship with the teacher's assistant, which is not true. Like I wasn't banging the teacher's assistant so I can get good grades in statistics. You know what I mean? That's very inappropriate. Okay, let's get to this listener email that I have here. Guys, tedjonesworld@gmail.com. The emails have been flowing in, so get your email to us quickly so we can read here. Sebastian, 28 years old from Manhattan, New York. Sebastian, thank you for writing in, man. He goes, what is the strangest thing in your refrigerator? I don't know. That's actually a good question. You know what? I'm gonna check right now. 1 second. Okay, so I got it here. So the strangest thing in my refrigerator, sliced jalapeno peppers from Cento. But guys, I've had this in my refrigerator for at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years even. If you guys see right here on the YouTube channel, Ted Jones World YouTube, there are 2 jalapenos at the bottom of this, but I have not opened this in a very long time. So this is, yes, probably the weirdest thing in my refrigerator. My refrigerator also doesn't always stay too stacked. I feel like I'll order groceries and it'll last me anywhere from like 10 to 14 days. And then I go through a week of where I'm just going out and getting what I need for that particular day. Like today, hit up my mom's house, had some chickpeas and rice cakes and peanut butter for lunch. But yes, this is the most random thing in my refrigerator. Sebastian from Manhattan, thanks for reaching out, man. Guys, tedjonesworld@gmail.com. If you guys want to come to the next Ted Jones comedy show, which I suggest you do, it's going to be amazing this Friday at the Stand NYC. You guys can find tickets in 3 places, okay? In this YouTube video, in my Instagram bio, Ted Jones World, or you can go to thestandnyc.com. This Friday, 11:59 p.m., aka midnight, or you guys come to that Monday show if that's a better time for you. Come have dinner, come have drinks, and both of these shows, guys, are going to be around an hour and 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but I don't want you guys going to comedy shows for 2.5 hours. That just gets boring even for people who are the most hilarious of all time, which all these comics, guys, guaranteed you'll be laughing your booty off. We have amazing comics. I can't wait for you guys to come through, and we also have 2 more shows after this October 1st and October 4th show, those dates being October 18th and October 30th. But you guys can find all of this info in the Ted Jones World Instagram page in my bio. Click that link. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Ted Jones World Podcast, and I'll see you on the vlog tomorrow. Peace.